Hey friends, Ash here with Gents, and today I'm coming at you guys with the mini fragrance haul first impression video. You know the drill. I've got 3 different fragrances to go over today. I've got this one, which I am really late on, extremely late on. It's Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. Yeah, I know this one's been out for a long time, and I haven't covered it at all. So that's what we're doing here today with the first impression. And I did buy this as a tester. So this is how it came. No box, it actually just came bubble wrapped. So yeah, Wood Neroli, that's the first one. After that, we've got this one, Guess Seductive Homme Noir. A subscriber actually reached out to me, shot me an email, and asked me if I could pick this one up and check it out for them. So that is what I did. Actually, this was the main thing that I was looking at buying. The other 2 were just fragrances I had my eyes on and added into the cart. So this one is the next one we'll take a look at, Guess Seductive Homme Noir. And then the last one is this one, Michael Kors Extreme Sky. Yeah, the Michael Kors fragrances don't really get talked about at all. So they have this entire line of fragrances that are extreme something. There's Extreme Sky, Extreme Rush, Extreme Speed, lots of different extreme fragrances. So this one will be the last one we check out, Michael Kors Extreme Sky. The original Michael Kors is a fragrance that I like a lot, but I haven't really paid much attention to the other fragrances that have come after it. Again, all the extreme fragrances, I wanted to check them out, so that's why this one got added. So with that introduction out of the way, let's jump into this. I got each one of these fragrances through FragranceX.com. They weren't sent to me, I bought these, but that's where I picked these up in case anybody is wondering. They had only testers of Wood Neroli. That's why I got a tester, and this one is the 2-ounce bottle. It is not the 100 milliliter size bottle. This is 60 milliliters, and that's because I was being cheap, if I'm being honest. So let's go ahead and spray this one on. Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. Let's check this out, see how this smells. I'll spray it first. There we go, a couple good sprays, and then show you the bottle. There it is, Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. Exact same bottle design as all the other Bulgari Man fragrances, only this one with a slightly different color scheme. Imagine that. This one got a lot of love in the community, actually even more love than the one that came before it, Wood Essence. Wood Neroli, from everything I've heard, just a fantastic spring and summertime sort of fragrance. The opening here smells great. Bergamot, Neroli combining. It's clean, it's fresh, it's a little bit sweet. There's a little bit of juiciness in here from the bergamot as well. Neroli giving you that familiar, almost citrusy, white floral soapiness. It's really nice here. And actually when I first sprayed this on, when I was showing you the bottle and everything, I could smell that Neroli especially, just popping off my skin, mixing in with the bergamot. I could pick it up immediately and it smelled great. It's not going to be something necessarily that's hyper unique because at the end of the day, this is a fragrance that's centered around Neroli and citrus mixing together with a bit of orange blossom in there. But doesn't mean that it smells bad because it doesn't. It smells really nice. As it dries down, there should be cedar that comes out along with woody amber wood. So it's gonna start taking on more of that modern woodsy feel as it dries down. That's my anticipation. I'm gonna let that settle a little bit, open up these next 2 fragrances and spray those on as well so that they can have a little bit of time to dry down. But my initial first impression here is that this does smell very, very, very nice and that it would be a high quality spring and summertime fragrance. That's my first impression. And also, in case you do buy this as a tester like I did, there was actually a little sticker. There was a barcode over top of the actual sticker on the bottom. If you see that, don't panic. I don't know why you would, but people have panicked for less. Next, let's open up this one, Guess Seductive Homme Noir. Here is a closer look at the box for you guys. You got the name of the house, name of the fragrance right here on the front, size and concentration down there at the bottom. Nothing on the sides or the top. Little information on the back. Then your badge code here on the bottom. And here's a good look at the front of the bottle. It actually looks the same on the back. So as you can see here on the back, same as on the front, or is this the back and that's the front? Who knows? And on the bottom you have a sticker which is stuck kind of over top these ridges here. So it looks a little funny, but there's your sticker. Cap clicks into place, but not super securely. And the cap is just kind of a light plastic. Let's go ahead and spray this one on and see how it smells. Initially, that atomizer was trash. I was going to say, why, that's a terrible atomizer, but given a few extra sprays, it's not so bad. This is a fragrance that's more on the cheap side of things because it's a guest fragrance, and guest fragrances, especially as they age, become cheaper and cheaper on discounters. Typically, guest fragrances you can pick up in that $20 range, sometimes even less. This one has that dark, fruity sweetness to it off of the top. Like when you first spray this one on, you get apple, you get a bit of grapefruit, but the grapefruit here, for me, is sliding underneath the apple. Yeah. And the apple comes across with a touch of syrup sweetness, a little bit dark. It's not a fragrance that's trying to be really bright and fresh and summery or spring or anything like that. There's this little bit of a very slight contrast in spice from the nutmeg and the black pepper, but the apple takes precedent over those notes. To an extent, not the exact same, but to an extent, it's like you took that apple note from something like Boss Bottled, remove the cinnamon, you just isolate that apple, and that's a little bit how it comes across here in the opening, the apple note. Tonka, you pick up immediately. It's gonna give you that sweetness, a little bit of creaminess in here, and that works in really well with the apple. When I first sprayed this on, I thought it was gonna come across very cheap. The first few seconds, it did have that kind of air to the fragrance where you're like, yeah, you can tell it's just not really high-end designer. But as this stays on your skin, it actually does begin to smell nice. This smells like it's right in there with a Hugo Boss in terms of quality, something from the Boss Bottled line. So yeah, this one, the Tonka, the amber coming through very well here initially. Like I said, a little touch of that spice. A bit of lavender in here as well, but the lavender more nuanced, more something that's helping elevate those other notes. It does smell nice. It smells versatile, especially in cooler weather or nighttime sort of wear, which you would expect because this is called Seductive Homme Noir. This is a fragrance that is being marketed toward those kind of situations. There's also amber in here, and that kind of plays with the sweetness of the Tonka. So the amber is going to give you this richer, maybe a little more powdery, slightly resinous sort of sweetness, whereas the Tonka is going to give you this almost vanillic, creamy kind of sweetness in here. There's also sandalwood in the base of the fragrance. I don't pick up any sandalwood yet, but I would imagine as this dries down that maybe that comes out a little bit more, becomes more obvious, maybe a slight woodiness in the base of the fragrance. Right now it's mainly sweetness, a little touch of powder, and a slight contrast with some spice, and the apple being most prominent as far as the fruits go. It does actually smell quite nice, especially again for the price. Not sure how the dry down on this is gonna smell though. That will be one I'll have to revisit in the future. Now let's crack into Extreme Sky. Extreme. There you can see the box for Extreme Sky. It's a bit reflective, as you can see there. It's got kind of a color gradient going on from a darker blue to more of a steel gray or steel blue here in the middle. Nothing on the top, nothing on the sides. There is the back of the box with a little information for you, and the bottom with your badge code. The bottle style here is going to be in the typical Michael Kors bottle style. Does look pretty nice though. I like the gradient here. Here is a good look at the bottle for you guys. Michael Kors Extreme Sky. On the sides of the bottle, you'll see it's a very dark blue. And then on the bottom of mine, you'll see there is no sticker, nada. The cap on these slides snugly into place, but still probably not a bottle I'd want to pick up by the cap. I know I say that a lot, but better safe than sorry. Some people may pick these up and then... So let's go ahead and give this one a spray. See how this one is. I actually kind of like that. I know a lot of people would not. A lot of people would say generic this, that, or the other, but I like that opening. Yeah, it's really fresh and spicy at the same time. It's brisk. There are ozonic notes in this fragrance. There's spice, there's cypress, there is pink pepper, there's bergamot in here. Yeah, it's like this really brisk, fresh spiciness. There's not a lot of base notes in here off the top, so there's not a lot that feels heavy in the opening. It feels light, but at the same time, it feels like there's some oomph to it. So it just kind of is, like I said, very brisk, kind of uplifting. And when you smell it, yeah, it just kind of pops you in the nose with this fresh spiciness. There's a slight woodiness underneath, but like I said, not heavy. Yeah, this touch of green, and there's some sweetness in here. I like this. Yeah, actually I like this a lot. Initially, this opening is very appealing to me. This is not a fragrance that smells super natural or anything, so don't go into this expecting like it's a lifelike cypress mixing with a very juicy, tart, sour bergamot and this, that, the other. No, not really. But it is really nice smelling. Yeah, this would be very easy to wear in springtime. Yeah, this opening is great. Nothing bad to say about the opening. I like that a lot. A lot of people are gonna look past that because that's a Michael Kors fragrance. Again, it's an extreme fragrance in their extreme line of fragrances, and nobody talks about those, but I like that. I really like the way that smells. Now I'm gonna cycle back through these and wrap this one up. So go back to Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. It is sitting closer to my skin already. So this one, it projected really well that first 10-15 minutes. I could feel it just woof, 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 but it's already sitting closer here. Yeah, it's just pleasant, soft, white florals, clean, a little soapy, easy to wear, very appealing with a light, woody sort of base, modern woody base underneath. Nothing bad to say about it in terms of the smell. In terms of performance, obviously I can't say right here. But that could be the only real drawback for me. So I'll give that more wear and see how it works out. Guess Seductive Homme Noir. It does still have that powdery sort of nature to it to me. It's got that tonka bean, amber, and what smells like a dark apple. That's still what's coming out the most to me. Little touch of spice, little touch of lavender, but those notes to me, at least this first impression, are swallowed up by the others. It is still nice though, still pleasant. And Extreme Sky here, you really can pick out that ozonic feel, which is what I had talked about just a couple minutes ago, that briskness. You pick that up right away. It has settled just a little bit. I don't like it quite as much as I like that initial opening, but I still do like this quite a lot. This is going to have to really take a change for the worse as it heads into the dry down for me to think that this is not a good buy, because I like this a lot. But you never know. It could go into the dry down and things could go off the rails. It could just fall apart. In the dry down, this has vetiver, clear wood, and musk, or excuse me, in the base, vetiver, clear wood, and musk. So what I am anticipating is a clean, masculine, woody dry down with that briskness from the ozonic notes, from the juniper, and from any of the carryover from the opening, any of the spices and stuff that lingers over. That's what I would expect. So if it does not go in that direction, if something, like I said, goes off the rails here, I'll be disappointed. That's what I'm expecting. And that one actually, I will probably do a review on here in the next couple weeks or so. After I can give that some more wear it around some people, see how it works, see the performance and everything. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for me for these 3 fragrances. If you've smelled any one of these 3, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.